guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kosi and I'm back with another garden tour. It is October and we are having the weirdest of weathers. Last month at this time it was pretty much hot. We are no longer putting on our jerseys and jackets. Then towards the end of September a cold front hit us, so mornings went back to being cold and afternoons are also a bit cold now, and we still haven't experienced our first rain, especially here in Gauteng. And we are really hoping for rain, because as much as you can do hand water rain, it's not the same. It's just not the same, because you also have to think about saving water. You can't just water as much as you want. So I'm really hoping for some rain, because my garden really needs it. So I'm starting this garden tour on this grapevine. Guys, this year I'm definitely will be getting some grapes, which I am so excited about. Just look at this vine. It has grown quite a lot. Goes all the way up there, and then let's appreciate the cluster of grapes. Guys, I am excited, cannot wait to have grapes. Like, just look at that. This is exciting. And then here I had let my broccoli plant to go to seed, so I'm waiting for it to dry, then I can start collecting all of the seeds. And then my red grape vine is also starting to show some life. When I had pruned it, it was somewhere up here, so this is all new growth. Pruning it hard, that's what you do with a grapevine. If it's stunted, you just prune it hard, then it will bounce back, which helped. And even the leaves are looking very much healthy. I'm happy with that. And then let's appreciate my granadilla vine, which is also growing. And I was thinking it was flowering, so after the cold front the flowers actually died back. So yeah, it did get even the leaves, because I had removed all the other dead leaves from the last time we had a cold front. Then we got hit with another one. That's why I'm saying this year's weather is a bit on the stranger side. And here at the bottom I have some nasturtium. You know what, nasturtium are very much taking over my garden, and they are starting to flower. They are starting to flower. Still more nasturtium. Here I had actually planted some sunflowers and they have been eaten up. I need to protect them, get something to cover them up, because I want to have sunflowers, and then at the edge of the bed is going to be nasturtium. All of this nasturtium I did not plant, they self-seeded. Yeah. And then on this side of the wall I finally did fix this garden bed, and I did put some holes in order to be able to trellis all of my tomatoes. And I'm glad my neighbor built the wall before I planted anything in this garden bed, because if I had already planted some stuff, it was definitely going to be a headache. Then at the bottom of this I had sprinkled some zinnias, because this, once the grapevine gets more leaves it gets a bit shaded. So I wanted to see if some form of flowers can grow, because it would be bare most of the time. So I had sprinkled some zinnias which have germinated. I need to remove this. This is all weeds. So which is great. I hope by the time this tree fills up, these flowers will have grown a little bit bigger. That way they won't get stunted, because they are not getting enough sun. And then on this part is my mint. I had uppotted my mint and given it some TLC. As you guys can see, it's doing rather well. I have some new growth. I guess my mint red, loving where it is. And then on this pot, I had planted some jalapeno plants, which all the chili plants, oh, now I know why. The seeds had come up. When I'm watering, I guess I'm not careful. The seeds have come up. That is why they are not germinating. I was surprised why. Even on this one, I will just have to do something about the situation. Even here I was supposed to have lettuce. Nothing. Nothing. And then my blueberry bush, the cold front did it to me. I lost all the flowers, and I was so happy that I was going to get some blueberries, but then after the cold front I lost all of the flowers. And one thing I've noticed this year, this bush, it's pushing out rather well. Even the leaves, they are no longer doing what they used to do. They used to be like this, they will turn brown. So this time around the brownness is at its a minimum. It's not as much as it used to be in the past 2 years. And I think I wouldn't have gotten brown leaves if it wasn't for the cold front. So it means this time around no blueberries again. And then as for my guavas have grown quite a lot. They've grown quite a lot, so I need to transplant. But the thing is with guavas, they hate being transplanted. They hate being transplanted. So I think I'll just transplant 2 at a time so that if it dies, I have backup. And then look at my avocado tree, guys. It's bouncing back. Look, this part is dry, but I have new growth, which I'm very much excited about. And then my peppers need to be transplanted. These 2, these I had overwintered it, and they are doing quite well, so I will be transplanting those later on in the day. And then I have my parsley, which have germinated, and my lemon basil haven't germinated. I don't know why is that, but they haven't. And then in my greenhouse, guys, I had moved my greenhouse from its original spot. It used to be right here. So one day I came back from work, it had toppled down, so I moved it to this side. I was contemplating moving it to this side for a very, very long time, because on this side it gets the sun, especially the afternoon sun, and all my plants will actually get burnt the side. So now it can only get the morning sun. Let's appreciate my red onions. Look at the germination rate, guys. Is this not amazing? Look at the germination rate. And then these are my white onions. They also germinated quite a lot. And this is my dill. And at the back here I have purple cauliflower, I have sugarloaf cabbage, and I also have the drumhead cabbage. I only have about 3. I have beetroot, and then I also have some more onions. And then, guys, this name are my guava trees, which I had transplanted. One of my subbies had asked for some guava trees, but as you guys know, I'm even surprised this plant is not dead yet. Especially this one is bouncing back. The other one is not looking great. This one is bouncing back. I transplanted it, and then I tried by all means to nurse it to life, because I know guava trees are very much finicky. So by the look of things, this one is bouncing back. Yeah, I hope she will get. And even this one doesn't look like it, but it is. The one that doesn't look so great is this one. This one doesn't look so great. So I had transplanted 3, so that I knew one will definitely die. I knew one will definitely die. So I wanted her to have a better chance, because I know last year I had planted guava trees, they all died. As soon as I transplanted, they all died. So when she asked me for a guava tree, I was like, let me transplant it and nurse it to life, and also remove it from direct sun and bring it into the greenhouse. Because and then she had also asked for the granadilla cuttings, so I have placed some in water, hoping we can get some roots going. When we meet, when we finally have time to meet up, then she can get a nice granadilla tree. And then here I'm trying the paper method of starting seeds. That's what I'm trying to do. And on this bed I have potatoes. I've planted potatoes up until somewhere here, and then what was remaining I've planted corn, which have germinated. I need to thin out because I had planted 2 per hole, and this corn, this is a volunteer. I did not plant this came out on its own, which I'm happy about. And look at my kale plant, guys. This is so big and it's producing big leaves. I need to harvest this. At the bottom I have some self-seeded zinnias. I also have some self-seeded lettuce that's growing, some more nasturtiums. I also have tomatoes, even more tomatoes, nasturtiums right there at the corner. I also have another kale plant. It's finally surviving. I think the aphids had stopped bothering this plant because it was struggling because of aphids. I always have to come and wash it. You see, I must have talked too early because look at the aphids. They are here. I need to come and wash them. And then marigolds have started flowering, and I've had seen some of the tomatoes, they were flowering. So yeah. And then on this corner, my sitting area, I have all of the sunflowers because I had wanted sunflowers and some zinnias. I need to thin this out. It's just overcrowded here, but I know it's going to look beautiful once everything has grown. And on this side of the garden, this is my pollinators perch. And when my neighbor had wanted to use my jojo tank, they had stepped on it, but it bounced back. I have some calendula which I just transplanted here, and I had transplanted some zinnias and a sunflower there which is not happy. Now I know why they always say sunflowers, they don't like to be transplanted. And another plant that I can tell that it doesn't really like to be transplanted are nasturtiums, but it looks like it's bouncing back. That one is definitely bouncing back. Those two, not so great, but I'm being very much hopeful. And then on this side, guys, this garden bed is actually full. And I'm thinking, these are cosmos. This I definitely think are cosmos, and I have all the zinnias that have self-seeded, and I have a sunflower that has self-seeded. I'm seeing some, I have aphids, that is why I'm seeing some ants on the plant. I need to come and flush those zinnias away from my sunflower. I also have another sunflower that had self-seeded, and then on this side I have all the marigolds that have also self-seeded, and it looks like they will be flowering. And here I do not know what to plant because it's where I used to keep my greenhouse, so right now it's just bare. Okay, hi guys, it is the following day. Yesterday I kind of had to stop recording because I had run out of space. Even after clearing my phone, it was too hot. During the day it's just too hot. It makes recording a bit difficult because the phone will keep overheating. So I decided I will do it today. We even though I don't really like recording on a day when the video is supposed to go up, because it becomes a lot of work. Recording, then editing, then uploading, then becomes just too much. So guys, we're going to continue the tour from this spot. Okay, on this corner of the garden bed, I have nasturtiums, which I had transplanted, which I definitely are not happy. And I have some zinnias I had transplanted. They are doing quite well. I have sunflowers. And I also have calendula, which is doing rather well. I had thinned it out, which was a good thing because right now it's looking so great. And then my gem squash, guys, look at this. My gem squash plants, I have about 3 plants, gem squash, and here I have green peas. I had removed the covers, but I think I didn't do the right thing. The birds are still eating it, but not as much. But on this one I still have the cover because I did not remove on all of them. All the ones that I had removed the covers are like this now, and when I had removed, they all had leaves. And here my watermelon is being eaten up. Look at this, it's being eaten up. I need to come. Oh, this one was just, I have caterpillars for sure. If it's like this, I need to come and cover this up before caterpillars finishes everything. I need to come and do exactly that, because look at this. Whoa. Okay, and then look at how this is doing rather well. I need to cover all of the peas all over again. I think I need to just apply the net. This is another watermelon plant which is trying to survive even though it's being eaten up. Even here, it's really trying. This one I just have to remove because I can already tell you it's a shame. It's not doing so great. And then my cantaloupes are starting to germinate. They are taking its sweet time. I do have one that has germinated quite a long time ago, and on this bed I had done the same thing. I had transplanted some nasturtiums, and also I have sunflowers, calendula, and zinnias. And then on this side of the wall, this year I did not get any roses, simply because my roses, they had those dark spots which I did not treat. I was supposed to treat them because I do have rose care. Oh, look at this. I am having some. I did not see this one, but this comes from the new growth. It looks like it's starting to bloom, so tonight I'll definitely have to come and spray with rose care, because look at what I'm talking about. You see all of those dark spot underneath the leaves, because normally this will be all pink and green, but this year it's not happening. And but I can see it already starting to flower. It's trying its level best. I just need to meet it halfway. Next month, guys, you'll be seeing a pink and white wall. At the corner there, my Indian short plant, it also did suffer the cold front, because the cold front because it was coming all right, and now it has all the browning at the bottom there, at the top of the leaves, not at the bottom. Okay, and then my star jasmine, I remember someone had commented that why don't I plant star jasmine on this wall. I do have star jasmine, but for some weird reason it's just not doing so well. Here it is, it's just not doing so well. And then this year my sour fig had flowered quite a lot. I need to come and deadhead. This year I had the most flowers. This one is still opening up. By the end of the day it would have opened up completely. And then my jelly bean plant. This year I did not see any flowers on my jelly beans, so I don't know why. And my agave, what is this? Not agave, bougainvillea. My bougainvillea plant, it was starting to shoot up some new leaves, and then the cold front happened, and we are back to square one. Hopefully we are no longer going to be experiencing any cold front, so that this can start to have some leaves. And its partner there had completely died. This one died. I just have to dig it up. Then I think I might buy another one to replace it, because I do love the bougainvillea plants. As for my foxtail plant, it did suffer the frost. Look at all of this, but it will bounce back. That's one thing about this plant. It's very much resilient. No matter the condition, it will just bounce back. See, on the new growth, my roses are starting to flower. I will definitely need to spray the rose care tonight. And then on my thinal, as you guys can see, I do have some stuff that have started to sprout. On this side, I have transplanted a cherry tomato. These are the yellow cherry tomatoes. After transplantation, it did look like it's about to die, but I can see on this side that no, it's bouncing back. And then I have cantaloupes that have germinated. I also have cucumbers. I have the Queensland pumpkin. They've just germinated. And then here I have the flat white ball pumpkin. This I need to start to separate, because now it has grown quite big. I need to separate this. And this pumpkins, it can vine all over the place. That's one thing for sure. And then on this side, I have the green Hubbard. Here, two had germinated, which needs to be separated. And so, which means I have about 4 plants. And here, I have the sweet dumpling squash. I have 3 plants, only 3 managed to germinate. And also, I have some more cucumbers, and all of this are butternut. And then at the edge, on the side of the garden bed, I have green peas which are being eaten up. I need to come and apply the net. The birds, I don't know what is it with green peas, because the birds seems to like it very much. And some self-seeded nasturtiums. And I also have another cherry tomato, which is the yellow ones. And what I actually plan to do on both entrances is to have cherry tomatoes. At this side, I want to have the yellow ones, and on the other side, I want to have the red ones. So if you enter from that side, you will see a cluster of red cherry tomatoes. When you enter from this side, you will see a cluster of yellow cherry tomatoes, and all the green that will be going around it. And at the corners of the side is going to have some sunflowers, and I think a bit of zinnias. And then on this side of the garden, it's one forgiving garden patch, because this side I hardly ever water or do anything. I just let it be. It does its own thing. So, but the flowers, they are all water wise. That's why I had planted them that way, because I knew that I can't have enough water to be watering my my food garden and also be watering my ornamental garden. So I had planted all water-wise plant, which I only water once a week. Sometimes I even forgot to water even that once a week. Sometimes I water once a month. So let me show you how this garden is doing. And here at the bottom here, I have my little white soldier plant. This plant will come back every spring. It will come back. Come winter, it died off as if it was never there. Come summer, as you can see, these are the type of flowers it gives, and the leaves, it kind of have this dark spots. And I need to come and do some configuration here, and then I also have some grasses that are growing, which will be flowering, giving me purple and white flowers. Last year I used to have quite a lot, not last year, this year I had quite a lot of aphids, especially on the side of the garden bed. I don't know, it was just infested with black aphids. And then at the back I have this shrub. This does die back also in winter. When I had bought it, I had thought it's an evergreen, but it doesn't stay green. During winter months, it dies back, then it bounces back in spring. I have two. I had planted four, but the other two died, and I'm remaining with two. And then my blue finger plant, I need to come and prune it back because now you see it's starting to be a bit woody, so I need to cut it back so that it can grow very well. As you guys can see, this garden bed is very much dry. I hardly ever water it, but it's doing rather well. And my evergreen shrubs, I need to come and trim. I don't know when because my work schedule is kind of hectic right now. And my elephant ear plant, I also need to prune it back, guys. Look at this plant, it's taking over. It's just taking over. And I have my jade plant at the back, and I also have my blue fingers right there. And guys, on this side of the garden, look at this garden bed is starting to fill in a little bit more. I have reddish, those are all reddish, and I have my paprika plant there, and I think it's starting to flower, guys. It is starting to flower. Look at those heads there. And then I have all the volunteer nasturtiums, and I have carrots. I think this year carrots ayangivuma ama-carrot. Normally carrots I struggle when it comes to starting carrots, but it seems like this year it's the year. And then here I have my spinach, which on the side I think the side I have caterpillars because look at this everywhere, like and I think I need a little bit some nitrogen because the leaves are a bit yellow. They are not the same as like at the back of the house. And then I have some spring onion, and then have zinnias on that other side. And then on this side, guys, I have my northern exposure plant, which is bushing out quite well. And look at the pink flowers. And its partner here, come December, you won't even see this walkway. That would be how much those plants get to push out. And every winter I cut it back very, very low. And come spring, it starts to push out all over again as if nothing has happened to it. And then on this garden bed, nothing much is happening except all of these self-seeded nasturtiums. Look at the flower, guys. It's yellow. It has started flowering. And then I have my green peas growing this side. The peas are not being eaten because they look more like the nasturtiums when in fact it's green peas. So the birds are kind of confused when it comes to this. Otherwise they would have been eaten a long time ago. And I still have more nasturtiums which I'll be pulling out once I'm ready to plant. And then I have some self-seeded sunflower, and like I said, I have caterpillars here. in this garden bed. Look at the damage on the leaves. They are being eaten up. And then I have some small tomatoes and another volunteered self-seeded sunflower and more nasturtiums. More nasturtiums. This year my nasturtiums are doing quite well. I don't know, maybe it's because they are self-seeding themselves. Last year on this bed, my nasturtiums didn't look this great. Okay guys, all in all, if you look at my October garden tour 2023 and compare it with this year's October 23 garden tour, you'll see the difference. I feel like this year my garden is kind of a little bit behind. Like serious, it's a bit behind, not like last year. Last year my garden was very much alive at this point. I think it has to do with the fact that we still haven't had rain. So hopefully before this month ends, we can have a little bit of rain. So guys, I'm going to end this video here. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up below, and leave a comment. See you guys on my next video. Bye.